these out in my grandma block. Put these out in my grandma block. South farmers block. Put these out in my grandma. Still we can't smoke on my block. Grandma still.
Yeah, what's good? Listen, we back with another video, and today we got a little tier list video, man. Listen, I thought it'd be necessary for me to put out a tier list video, seeing as that, you know what I'm saying, your boy is nice at the game. I'm a top player, so I was like, hey, fuck it. I'm gonna just do a tier list video. I'm gonna talk about where I think every character should and shouldn't be and why they're there. I'm not gonna go too in depth on the characters and whatnot, but I am gonna really try to break down the top tiers as the best way I can. But yeah, without further ado, let's look at this tier list. Alright, so this is my tier list personally. Yes, I have a S+ tier because I believe Akaza and Susumaru are just the two top characters in the game. Like, nobody is better than them. We got our S tier with Enmu, Nezuko, and Zen, and everybody else, you know what I mean? But let's just get straight into this break now. Alright, so first of all, Akaza and Susa, I don't think one is better than the other. Akaza, I don't have to explain why he's in S tier. Everybody know Akaza has been dominating all the tournaments. He has the best toolkit in the game, and he's just OD. He's all around ridiculous. He heals all the damage you deal to him right back in seconds. He's overall ridiculous. He has dash mix, all that type of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Akaza is just Akaza. Now, Susumaru is also Susumaru. This character pisses me off like no character has done in a long time. Now, obviously, we know she's a demon, so she's gonna heal and whatnot, but her keep away game is absolutely ridiculous. She has projectile normals, and as we all know, projectiles take priority in this game. You cannot parry them. You have to block or just avoid them altogether, because that's your only option, right? And all this character has is projectiles, but she does have one move that can be push blocked, lunged, or just parried altogether, and that's the piercing kick, right? Susa has one move where she comes close to you, and that's the piercing kick. Every other move, all of her skills are super mobile, like she's always moving around. It's extremely hard to catch her and lock her down because she has like 7 subs. She's always moving. She be smacking my head with the balls and I be trying to dash this bitch. You feel me? So y'all already know what Susa's about, man. Like, these characters have no bad matchups. Like, Akaza and Susa lose to no one. That's not to say that they don't have any equal matchups like 5-5. Like, I do believe Enmu and Akaza are 5-5. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a 5-5 matchup. It could go either way, but the only reason I'm putting Enmu in S and these characters in S+ is because Enmu has one really bad matchup, and that's against Yahaba. Yahaba absolutely just claps Enmu. It's not impossible for Enmu to win, but it's borderline impossible for that nigga to win. And that's why I have Akaza and Susumaru at S+, because these characters lose to no one, and they only have like 2 equal matchups. Like, that's literally it, and it's within themselves. You know what I mean? That's literally it. Like, those characters are absolutely ridiculous. Susumaru is a zoner that can't be zoned. You know what I'm saying? And she can keep you away the whole game. But she also has priority the whole game. So that's just insane. Like, that is ridiculous. Borderline broken. I would say Susa is borderline broken. And at the top of S tier, we got the meat man himself, Enmu. That nigga be putting meat on everybody. I don't know what's wrong with this dude, but nah, all BS aside, Enmu is absolutely ridiculous. The only reason, like I stated earlier, why he's not in S+ is because he has one bad matchup that he actually lose, or just a losing matchup in general. He has one losing matchup, and that's against Yahaba. But this character is absolutely ridiculous, and he has projectiles that are plus on block, because if you didn't know, the Whisper is plus on block. You know what I'm saying? Like all projectiles are, right? You can't push block him. You have to just hold him or just avoid him. But he is a reset god. This nigga will slap the back of your neck with the meat, and if you try to get out of the reset, he gon' reset you anyway. You feel me? Like, if you're blocking against Enmu, he can run up and grab you after he throws the projectiles, or he can run up and you might expect the grab, so you'll jump. He may DP or anything. He has a crazy amount of mix on block, and if he hits you, he can also do unblockable reset. So if he hits you with the tilt skill, he can do the demon skill, make you unblock, and then reset you type beat. You feel me? Like, Enmu is a reset god altogether. But we all knew that about Enmu, right? Like, Enmu is the meat man. He got projectiles. He has free air light projectiles, bro. This character has free. He be smacking your head with the air type. It don't make sense, bro. He got the free air light projectiles, and he can also throw them in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Or throw them while he's on the ground. There's neutral combo, I mean, right? So he has free projectiles on the ground and in the air. So neutral is free for him. Like neutral is damn near free for him. He could throw one whisper and dash you. You know what I'm saying? People know more or less fear the whisper, and the whisper's tracking is ridiculous. Like it does a 180, it does 360s, it goes in the air, you cannot escape it. That shit be smacking your head, boy, I promise you. But like, nah, we got Enmu at the top of S tier, obviously. Y'all know what that nigga is about, man. Let's move on to Nezuko, the heel bash queen herself, or as I like to call her, Nezuho, because this character is fucking stupid. She by stupid, my nigga. Like, yo, she be heel bashing and you just don't even be near her and she still be hitting. Like, her hitboxes are about disjointed as fuck, my nigga. That shit don't make a lick of damn sense. Like, how is it that I'm behind her and I'm getting hit with a heel bash, nigga? What is this? Anyway, but now, aside from Nezuko having heel bash, right, that's not the only thing that makes her ridiculous, because she has another tool that is even more broken than the heel bash, believe me or not. And we're about to talk about that right now, actually. The guard skill, the flying kick, is unsubbable. You cannot sub against it. Once you're hit with it, you cannot sub, and it is a free ultimate into death. That shit is busted, bro. Like, I don't know how they intended it to be that way. Like, there's no way they thought, you know what, this character needs a move that you cannot recover from. Like, once you get hit by it, you gotta hold the ult right afterward and you just gonna die, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that is ridiculous to me. Like, I don't know why they gave her that, but aside from that, she has the best lunge in the game. It goes extremely far. Nezuko mash is OD. Like, she can mash. Her mash is really good. She has an unsubbable guard skill that's armored, mind you. Heel bash hitbox is disjointed. It makes no sense at all. Claws neutral exists. Claws is literally a baby disorder. You know what I'm saying? She has a really quick dash. Like, Nezuko just has it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is absolutely insane. But yeah, that's just Nezuko, man. She's ridiculous. Now let's move on to Zenitsu. Now, y'all Zen mains be downplaying this character so crazy. Like, y'all niggas will smack your head on a wall before y'all let Zen be anything but like B tier or some shit. I done heard some wild accusations about this character. But this nigga is definitely an S tier character, because not only does he have one of the best heavies in the game, top three best heavies in the game, he can cancel it into an invincible DP. Now, I get it, right? All DPs in this game are not frame one involved, but the fact that he is able to force you to respect his heavy is insanity to me. Like, no character should be able to cancel an unsafe move and make it safe because you think another move is following up with it, right? That is ridiculous to me. Like, but moving on from his heavy, also his heavy has crazy range on it. He can kind of check you with his heavy if he needs to. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, he just has it all when it comes to his heavy. Like, Zen can make himself safe. Zen is safe at all times, and we're gonna get into that, right? Because his grab is ridiculous. There is no way they let this nigga try to grab you, and if he whiffs, he recovers immediately, like frame one. Like, he has no recovery on his grab whatsoever. If he whiffs, he about to shoulder charge you in your nose and like really start punishing your shit for trying to whiff punish him. Like, Zen, he has no recovery on any of his moves, like, at all. And if he does have recovery, he can make it safe with the invincible DP. Like, y'all don't find that ridiculous? Like, Zen, his neutral is also some of the best in the entire game. Zen, like, you can't really parry him either. Like, Zen, you can't really parry his heavy unless you're close enough to do it. He can check you with his heavy from far away. Y'all know it's extremely hard to consistently parry TCF in general unless you're near a wall. Shout out my nigga Ruin for discovering that tech, you feel me? But like, you can't really parry him at all in neutral. And like, he can make everything he does safe with a DP. Like, you're forced to kind of respect anything Zen does the entire game. As a Slayer, mind you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't got no projectiles, but his moves work like projectiles because you can't parry the nigga. You kind of got to respect him the whole game while he's smacking your kneecaps in. Now let's move down to A tier. Now at the top of A tier, we got the boy Rui. Now while Rui isn't really seen that much in top tier play, or at all for that matter, he still is a demon character. His healing is pretty decent, and he do got the range. That boy be smacking your back, boy, with the whips like shit. Like, hey, I'm not saying he racist, but he kind of racist. I'm just saying though, and my man, you mean, like, he do be slapping your back for real. Like, his mash is absolutely insane. He has a DP, he has projectiles you're forced to respect. Like Rui is the mash god. Like, him and Enmu are the top two mashers next to Nezuko and Akaza, obviously, as well. They mash is ridiculous. His lunge is pretty good. Like, and you can't parry Rui unless you're rather close to him. Like, that goes for his normal attacks, not like a heavy or anything. You know what I mean? So like, Rui is an all-around character. He's all-around decent. He's really good though. He still beats every Slayer in the game except for Nezuko and Zen. Like, Nezuko, Zen, and even HK can pack him up. Like, if you just heavy switch tech, you can pretty much make any Slayer duo work if you know the switch tech and your time and everything right. You can kind of pack Rui with any Slayer combination, but the 2 characters or 3 characters I know for a fact that pack up Rui like low difficulty, Zen, Nez, and HK. They just kind of dominate that nigga, man. Moving on to Water Tanjiro. Now, Water Tanjiro is pretty much the same character he was before the patch came out back in December, I think. They just nerfed the water wheel. Like, the water wheel being not as fast as it was only means you just can't mash it as like frequently as you used to be able to, right? But other than that, the character is really the same, still really good neutral, you know what I'm saying? Water wheel neutral is still just as strong. That nigga will smack you in your lip with the water wheel if you let that nigga. I'm just saying, Water Tanjiro's in a good spot. Like, he chilling. He didn't really suffer all that much from that water wheel nerf. Now, moving on to Hinokami Tanjiro. Now, Hinokami Tanjiro has a little bit of controversy around his name. Some people believe that he is bad without assist and that he can't do anything in a neutral situation when he has like no meter, no assist type beat, right? And then some people think that he's good without assist because cross slash be carrying or whatever they might think, right? Now, I kind of agree with both sides a little bit, because while I don't think he's useless without assist, I do think he performs better when he has assist, you feel me? Like, I think he's one of those characters that when he does have assist, he can really apply pressure like really well, and like he can approach with assist because his neutral game isn't that great when he doesn't have assist. I'm not gonna lie. Cross slash neutral does exist, but it's not strong enough to say that it's a tool he can use to keep you away the entire time. Like, you just can't approach him if he does cross slash. Like, you can easily bait it out and dash, especially if you have a fast character. And with these demons, they don't need to have a fast dash to approach. They have projectiles to take priority over everything anyway. So in this meta, I would agree that with HK in particular, he's one of those characters that on both sides, like he kind of needs his assist in a neutral like situation, but he can apply really good pressure without it, because you do gotta kind of respect cross slash on block to some extent. It's kind of a 50-50, because if he does do it, it's like he could grab afterward if you're not expecting it, or he could do it again because it is safe. It's not easy to punish on block while it's not plus, you know what I'm saying? Don't get safe confused with plus, because it's safe but it's not plus, you feel me? So yeah, like he kind of puts a little bit of like 50-50, like little bit of mix when it comes to the cross slash on block, but that's really all he has, because Scorch and Rush is terrible. That shit is ass. I mean, if you jump and do it in the air, like my man Fredo said, shout out my man Fredo, the best HK Tanjiro player. If you do Scorch and Rush in the air, it is better. But if you do it on the ground in neutral for no reason, you're just wasting meter. Like, there's no point in trying to approach with that. It's so easy to parry. You know, it's so easy, and you can parry the last hit on Scorch and Rush. It is not a good move to throw out in neutral or on block. So yeah, I agree that, you know what I'm saying, I can somewhat see both sides more or less. But yeah, HK also has a DP cancel. He's the only character in the game that can cancel his DP and still get his invulnerability frames. Like, that's OD for him, right? But there is a frame, there's a point in which you can kind of like clip him and stop him before he does anything else. But all the same, a really good tool for mixing. Like I said, my nigga Fredo is the best HK Tanjiro player. I'm gonna link some of his videos down below. Y'all can watch him play. That nigga's OD, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really shows what HK can do when you take him to the highest level, you feel me? But like, yeah, I think HK is in a good spot at being at third when it comes to like, you know what I'm saying, like A tier or whatever. Now, let me shed some light on why I got this man Giyu is where he is, bro. Because originally, I had my man Giyu right behind Rui as like top 2 in A tier. Because Giyu has a really good toolkit. Like, he has a pretty decent water wheel. I mean, it's not as plus as it seems, because even though it is actually plus on block, plus frames in this game don't mean anything, because you can push block and lunge, or just push block in general, negating all the plus frames that person may or may not have had. So his water wheel being plus is just stupid, but it is pretty fast. I mean, it's not practical to say you can dash him out of it, but it does happen more often than not. Like, his water wheel gets interrupted quite a bit at a high level, and constant flux is obviously not a neutral move. You can kind of like dash in, jump, and do it to kind of keep the pressure on your opponent while you use switch tech. So I believe Giyu is one of those characters that like you have to use switch tech with him. Like, if you're not switching while playing Giyu, then he's really not a character that can, you know what I'm saying, kind of stay out there by himself for too long, because he plays way too defensive and kind of allows the other characters to walk all over him, especially in this meta when it comes to demons, because dead calm is worthless. Like, dead calm will do nothing to any of the demon characters. You know what I mean? Like that move is it's not even in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not in the game when it comes to the meta. Like at a high level, it don't matter. But like dead calm's a good move against Slayers. Like don't get me wrong, Giyu can beat all the Slayers. Like he's not better than all the Slayers, but he can deal with and fight every Slayer in the game. He can even somewhat fight Rui, right? But at high level in the meta, you know what I'm saying? Meta situation like Akaza, you know what I'm saying? Susumaru, Enmu, Yahaba. Dash is absolute dirt, my nigga. Like, Giyu too slow, bro. Like, somebody slapped the man kneecaps in, bro. He can't run. This nigga speed walk. He don't run. Giyu be speed walking. Like, I don't understand how they got this nigga damn near teleporting in that anime, but this nigga be speed walking in the game type beat. Like, they did Giyu hella dirty, boy. But like, Giyu can make himself safe. Like, he can make his water wheel safe by doing dead calm, but then you can just punish dead calm. You know what I'm saying? Like, dead calm is like super easy to bait out for the most part. And like, while he can cancel like his specials and whatnot, it's not enough, you know what I'm saying, for him to be too valuable at a high level. Now his assist is really good. Constant flux assist is really good at catching demons even in the meta. So I would say Giyu assist is really nice, like behind Nezuko or even behind Zen. You know what I'm saying? Like Giyu assist is nice, but like him as a point character in the meta is definitely not the move. Like I said, at a high level, you get your cheeks clapped if you run Giyu point. It's not impossible, but you working too hard for no reason, honestly. Now we gotta move on to the Fire Lord, Thor to Rengoku. Now Rengoku, while he is a very easy character, you know what I'm saying, he does a lot of damage. And while he does all that damage, Rengoku, like, he can get a lot of damage for free, and he has a really decent dash. He has a pretty okay reset in the air, but the reason he really not like that, like how people think he is because you can't do a lot with this character. Like, he can't cancel any of his specials, so it's easy to push block and punish him if you're not using switch tech. Like I said, Giyu and Rengoku, they are two characters that heavily rely on switch tech in my opinion, especially Rengoku, because he has nothing that can keep him safe, like at all. Like, he can't cancel any of his specials into a dash, a jump, or anything for that matter. Like, Rengoku is one of those characters that just struggles like to keep you locked down. Like, his pressure is not all that. Like, you can just push block and parry Flame Tiger. Like, that move is borderline worthless, but it's good for damage. Like, Rengoku's a high damage character with a fast dash. He can't confirm off of a plunge, even on hit sometimes. Like, sometimes it don't like come out type beat and you can't confirm it. Like, Rengoku isn't a bad character because out of all the things I listed off, he actually does pretty well against meta. Like, against demons, he actually does do pretty well when he has a good assist. Like, if you have Nezuko behind him especially, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does really well. His heavy is good to catch demons in the air or Blazing Universe, you know what I'm saying? That sometimes clip demons and whatnot. Like, his assist is really good against demons and meta and shit. So, like, Rengoku is one of those characters, like, he does well against meta, and he has a pretty good dash. Like I said, he has a pretty quick dash type beat. So, like, he can catch demons and shit like that. So he does good in meta, but overall as a character, if I consider all the characters and what they can do in their toolkit and whatnot, Rengoku, he needs some slight buffs, but nothing too crazy, because Rengoku, like I said, is not a bad character, but there are some things about him that need to be changed. Like, him not being able to confirm off of a plunge sometimes is OD. Like, I don't know why they didn't make it that way. And like, him not being able to cancel any of his specials is also kind of OD, because it's like, damn, he can apply no pressure. Like, Rengoku has no pressure game at all unless you're using switch tech. So those are just some things that I know about the character from maining him for a little bit and playing against him. Like, Rengoku is easily counterable. Moving on to Yahaba. He dirt, bruh. Nah, let me chill. That nigga Yahaba is definitely not dirt. If you don't have a good assist against Yahaba, you will get cooked. Now, Yahaba's also one of those characters where if you apply pressure to him the whole game, he literally can't do anything against you. Like, he's a demon, so he has priority with the projectiles the whole game, and they're really, really slow. So at a high level, Yahaba, I'm not gonna say is not valuable, because he is a demon, and he do got that priority, and his skills are nice. Like, chasing arrows is OD, free neutral. He got the rocks. He has insane guard pressure. Like, you can barely move. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to get out of that. And his guard, like, the guard damage he does is absolutely absurd, my nigga. That shit is my stupid. Like, he can break your guard in, like, bro, like 4 bars, I think. Like, that shit is kind of OD. And they can just boost and get it all back. And it's like, trying to block against Yahaba is worthless. But if you apply pressure to him he can't do anything, and he has a very slow dash, so he has a hard time catching you. Although chaser arrows does make it a little bit easier to try to lock down your opponent, but that in itself is not enough to make it so that he can just like straight up catch you at all times, because he can't. But he do got an armored tilt demon skill that's nice when it comes to guard damage and just all around neutral. Like if you're like standing still, your opponent likes to run away and like get their bar back, you can do it from full screen, because it's a full screen move, you feel me? And it spawns directly under the opponent. So I would say it's a pretty solid move overall. Although if you see it coming, you can parry this, which is interesting, because I find it odd that you can parry this, but you can't parry projectiles. Now, I'm not gonna say you need to be able to parry projectiles, because Susa and Yahaba would be dirt. Like they would be absolute dirt if you could parry projectiles all day, like low key. Susa wouldn't be as dirt as Yahaba, but like Susa, like, cause she's so mobile and she has like other moves and shit. I mean, she has all projectiles, so she would be low tier or lower tier, but she would be able to handle it somewhat, given that she can get out of situations that Yahaba literally can do nothing about. So parrying projectiles is OD, but like at the same time, you can parry his tilt demon skill. That I find that kind of interesting. But yeah, Yahaba is a demon. He does insane guard damage. You explode if you get hit. Like if you get hit, your health, he can do like 60% easy. That shit is free. Like if he spends like all of his bar, you're getting deleted, my nigga. Like he be slapping your head with a stone for real. Like that's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got him where I got him in the A tier. Moving on to Shinobu. Now Shinobu is considered a weak character, but she's actually really good. Her toolkit is nice enough for, even though she takes a lot of damage and whatnot, she does really well in neutral. Like she got the swift thrust, she has an extremely quick dash, Akaza level speed, so she has no problem catching anybody in the game. Like her heavy is ridiculous because you're forced to respect it, because she can either mash after it, she can go into another skill, or you know what I'm saying, like you just have to respect her heavy like Zen. But she has more options than Zen because she can mash with like regular neutral combos, or she can cancel into a skill, or just whatever she wants to do, right? So her heavy is really nice, and if you spam it over and over again, that kind of is her best tool. Like spamming her heavy is OD. She can check any character in the game with the heavy. On block, by the way, that's what I meant. On block, she can cancel into anything. You know what I'm saying? So she's pretty much safe when it comes to her heavy and shit. But if you do hit her, she absolutely explodes. And she also gets packed by demons. Like when it comes to meta, she gets obliterated. Like meta, like demons absolutely destroy her. And she performs well against slayers, but she's not top tier by any means, right? She's really good. She can beat most slayers, but like she's not a top tier slayer by any means. But as far as like her toolkit, like at a face value, she's a pretty good character. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like her heavy, you gotta respect it. She has really good neutral, a really good dash. You know what I'm saying? Her tilt skill is nice. And she can catch you type B with her dash and shit. But that's really about it. Like Shinobu is where she's supposed to be at. Now Sakonji in B tier, some of y'all just smacked your head on the wall like, yo, why this man got Sakonji in B tier? Like he A tier at best. Come on, what are you doing? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I cropped the list a little bit too short on my computer when I was making this, so I just stuck the nigga there. I'm just gonna put an arrow on screen and just point to A tier or some shit. But anyway, Sakonji, you know what I'm saying? Sakonji is kind of nice, you know what I'm saying? His assist is really good against demons. Like his water wheel assist is ridiculous, like catching demons or just catching anybody, because that shit be doing 180s and it be curving at the right angle to smack you in the back of your head type beat. Like that assist be kind of OD carrying sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, I can't jump in air type these Sakonji niggas, bro. They be calling that water wheel to smack my head, bud. But nah, like he takes no damage. Like this nigga Sakonji is a tank. He takes like no damage. Like everybody else be getting their health deleted, you know what I'm saying? But him, he be kind of tanking it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So he has the most health in the game. He got that water wheel neutral, as y'all know. He got the trap reset setups. He got the trap setups. He can camp behind traps. I mean, that's kind of useless against demons, but like against most people who want to play aggressive and dash all game, you know what I'm saying? The traps can keep him safe on hit, because if you hit him and he places the trap in time, you get punished for it. You know what I'm saying? Like the trap doesn't go away. Like even if he gets hit, the trap doesn't go away in some scenarios, right? You can still get hit by the trap. And like that's kind of OD, you know what I'm saying? So like Sakonji, definitely A tier. He's not B tier. I just got lazy and I ain't feel like remaking the list. All right, now we're gonna talk about Inosuke. Now this nigga Inosuke, he a bot, bruh. Like I don't know what to say about Inosuke. I don't really play against this nigga all that much. I can't really gauge his skill like that, but he just a bot, bruh. Like he got some good guard damage. You know what I'm saying? His neutral is not that good, especially in meta. He gets obliterated by all demons. Like I don't really know what to say about Inosuke. I don't play him that much, so I don't really have that much knowledge on him. Same goes for Makomo and Murata. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I play a little bit of Makomo. Her neutral is really good, but she can't use switch tech. I feel like if Makomo could use switch tech, I would probably put her in A tier, right? Like, she wouldn't be an S tier character, but if she could use switch tech, I would probably put her in A tier because that mix she would have would be crazy. But yeah, she can cancel out of her specials and whatnot, her water wheel and shit, but that's literally it. Her water wheel goes full screen. It's a really good skill, and she can cancel out of her regular standing skill into a grab or a heavy or a mash or even parry if you expecting to grab or whatever. Like, she has some pretty good mix options, but she does like no damage. She be tickling the nigga. And if I'm a demon, that ain't doing nothing to me, bro. Like, that's helping me out because I'm gonna just heal it back anyway. Like, a max damage Makomo combo is getting healed by 1 bar of any demon. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, she be hitting niggas with feathers and shit. But as for Murata, same thing. I don't really use him. I've never really used him. Like, I use him when I be trolling with a gang and shit, but that's really about it. I don't use that character at all. But moving on to Sabito and our final character on this tier list, because do not ask me about Yushiro. That nigga is not in the game. He don't exist. Now anyway, moving on to my nigga Sabito. Sabito needs a buff, man. They gotta buff my nigga Sabito. Like, Sabito is struggling so crazy. His neutral is bad. His assists are terrible. Like, no, there is no way you're running a point character with Sabito assists. If you're playing Sabito, you have to play him on point. Like, his assists are worthless. You can't combo off a waterfall basin for whatever reason. I don't know why they decided that they're gonna come out there and smack you with his sword and give you a shower type beat for you to lay on the ground and get back up and reset the neutral. Like, why couldn't that shit work like water Tanjiro or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? That shit is worthless, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, his assists are just bad in general. Like, they're so easily avoided, so easily parryable. Like, he got the flowing dance, and the flowing dance kinda stops people from approaching sometimes. Not demons, because they got projectiles, they can check that nigga for free. But Slayers kinda have to respect him sometimes, because that shit can be dashed through. It's mad inconsistent. Like, Sabito he on the struggle bus, man. Like, his heavy is really good though. His heavy is really fast and really good. You know what I'm saying? It's great for resets or just breaking the guard over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can cancel out of it and go for mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all he got. All he got is a heavy, bro. Like, the nigga can't do nothing but heavy you, bro. And even then, it's shit not like Zen or, like, you know what I'm saying, Shinobu, where you gotta respect it. You can just avoid it, and like, they may switch, but that's spending their assist. Now they got, you know what I'm saying, no escape. Now they got no sub. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like Sabito is just too meter dependent and he can't really do much on his own. So, like, I don't know, man. You gotta work crazy hard with Sabito, I feel like. Like, Sabito is struggling OD. But let me tell you how he can get much better, in my opinion, right? Like, I feel like if they buff Sabito dash just a little bit, like, make him Rengoku speed or something, I swear he don't seem that fast to me. Like, he seemed kind of slow, like on the slower side, right? So if we can buff my man dash, make his waterfall basin assist like convertible, like you can convert off of it with a combo extender type beat, right? Like, please let us continue our combos after his waterfall basin assist. Also, let's turn, now y'all gonna think I'm kind of crazy for this, right? But I think it's worth it. I don't think it'll change anything about the meta. I think Sabito would just be a much better character. So let me tell you this, right? I feel like his flowing dance, imagine if we made it faster and it had the range of like disorder or something, right? Like, he kind of lunges towards you with it, you know what I mean? Like, that shit would be so cold, bruh, and it wouldn't really change much. He would easily be an A tier character after that, easy. Like, I would move him up to tier list instantly, you know what I'm saying? And if, hey, niggas get nice with him, if that was his neutral plan, like the flowing dance neutral, that shit would be OD. If he lunges towards you, you know what I'm saying? And you can't really dash him out of it because it'll be faster, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless you want to get your head smacked up real quick by the flowing dance type beat. But like, for real though, like, I feel like that'd be a solid buff for that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Make his dash a little bit quicker, make his waterfall basin assist convertible, you can do combos afterward, and make the flowing dance a little bit faster and make it lunge like disorder or some shit. That shit will be fire. Like, Sabito would definitely be included in probably the meta. If you could do that, he would probably become a meta character, believe it or not. Like, and like I said, it wouldn't make him too crazy either, I don't think, right? I don't think that would make him S tier. It would just make him A tier because flowing dance would be OD and it would be like water Tanjiro basin assist. So it wouldn't make him an S tier character, but it would make him an A tier character easily. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's a solid buff for Sabito, in my opinion. But that's gonna conclude this tier list. Other than that, man, that's gonna be it. Sabito, you need a buff. Yushiro, not even in the game. We're not gonna talk about him. He don't exist. It's gonna be my tier list before the new characters drop, man. Listen, hopefully it's a character, you know what I'm saying, that comes out that's another A tier, S tier character, whatever we gonna see. We just gonna have to believe, I guess. Ain't nobody coming in the game better than that Big Kaza, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why y'all niggas getting your hopes up. Ain't nobody coming in the game better than Big Kaza for real. But I'm gonna catch you on the next one, and I'm out, man. Gang.